This channel is sponsored by Pro Football Focus. NFL, college, and fantasy data for every player, every play, every game. Visit ProFootballFocus.com to learn more. With both teams at 4-5, the Saints hope to get revenge on the Carolina Panthers after a disappointing loss earlier this season. They didn't have Brandon Cooks in that matchup. They don't have Mark Ingram in this one. It's Drew Brees and the Saints in Carolina taking on Cam Newton and the Panthers. Jonathan Stewart is back as well, someone who was missing from that matchup earlier in the season. This is a season-defining game, potentially for both teams. Whoever loses will fall to 4-6, but whoever wins will improve to 500. 500 you can survive. 4-6, well, things get a little bit difficult from there. Ensuing kickoff from Thomas Morstead, and we are underway. Corey Brown on the return. Brown finds an alley. Corey Brown into the open field! And the Panthers will strike first. It is 7-0 on the opening kickoff. 98 yards. Corey Brown takes it the distance. Not the way you want to start things off if you're the Saints. Here comes Drew Brees, league leader in passing. 67.8%, 23 touchdowns to 12 interceptions on the season. 3rd and 10 from the 25. Brees is sacked. K1 short in, and that's going to be a quick 3-and-out for the Saints, and here comes Cam Newton. Newton has not been the passer that Drew Brees has. 62%, 1,800 yards, only 8 touchdowns passing, 4 interceptions, but they've been winning through the ground game. In part, thanks to this offensive line of Norwell, Khalil, and Trey Turner up the middle. Their bookends need some work, and Jonathan Stewart, Kelvin Benjamin, Philly Brown, etc. hope to keep them alive through the air. 2nd and 8 from the 41. Newton to Simonson with Greg Olsen out, something we forgot to mention. Greg Olsen is not participating in this game, which means Ed Dixon and Simonson at tight end. To give it to Jonathan Stewart, and Stewart bouncing off of defenders. He'll pick up 9. 2nd and 1 from the 41, and somebody jumped. It looks like they're actually going to get an offsides or an encroachment on Paul Kruger. Not sure I see it, but they're going to call it, and that's going to set them back a few yards and give the Panthers an automatic first down. 2nd and 9 from the 35, Stewart on the give, and he's met by Craig Robertson. That's a loss of 2. 3rd and 8 from the 34. Newton from the shotgun. Drops back. Looks, throws it deep for Benjamin. Overthrew him. Did not read that one properly. And that's going to be a field goal attempt for Graham Gano. 52 yards from near the left hash. Anderson on the hole. Kick is up, and it is good. The Panthers extend their lead. It's 10-0. 2nd and 3. Tim Hightower is the primary back in this one. As the give is to Hightower, he's not going to get very far. We're going to take a look at this Panthers defense coming in. On the defensive line, it's Johnson, Short, Latule, and Ely. That's a tough defensive front to deal with, especially with linebackers Kuechly, Davis, and Shaq Thompson, all excellent in coverage. In the secondary, it's Ben Wickery, Darryl Worley, Trey Boston, and Kirk Coleman, with James Bradbury to make the nickelback. 3rd and 1, give us to Hightower. He's going to power his way through Charles Johnson. Pick up the first. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Brees is going to drop back. Looks, finds Brandon Cooks. That's a matchup to watch. Cooks versus, I believe that's Darryl Worley on that side. 2nd and 4 from the 35. Brees to Michael Thomas, his favorite wide receiver, the team leader in catches, and he keeps it going. Brees is 4 for 4 on the second drive of the game. 2nd and 6, pass to Hightower in the flat, and he's upended by Worley. 3rd and 1 from the 15-yard line. Give is to Travaris Cadet. Doesn't get many touches on the offense. He picks up a much-needed 3rd down there. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Justin play at the line. Brees to Hightower. Tim Hightower does not have the speed to get around the edge. Shaq Thompson with a great play. 2nd and 5 from the 9. Brees on a screen. Held it a little bit too long, and it's intercepted! Thomas Davis read it beautifully, and he's going to take this one back to the house. 17-0, Carolina leads at home. On a play like that, there's only one read. Brees just held it a little bit too long, and Thomas Davis made him pay. 2nd and 8 from the 27. Saints need to score as that's broken up, intended for Cooks. 3rd and 8. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Brees steps up. Pass to Fleener, and Fleener drops it in the flat. Had a chance to run for the first, but can't hold on. Can't get any yak. 3rd and inches from the 42-yard line. Newton to Stewart around the edge. Jonathan Stewart with running room. Down the sideline and pushed out of bounds by Von Bell. A matchup to watch on the outside. Dejon Smith getting his first start for the Saints, working against Kelvin Benjamin, as Stewart is met by Anthony and company and stopped for a loss. 3rd and 11 from the 32. Newton steps up, checks it down to Stewart, who can't get away from Anthony, and Gano will come back on. It's a 47-yard attempt to make it a 20-0 lead for the Panthers. The kick from Gano hooks inside the right upright and good. And just like that, the Saints are down by a full 3 possessions, almost 3 touchdowns. They need points quickly as that's complete to Willie Snead up the seam. Nice pass from Brees, who's 6 for 9 with an interception thus far. 1st and 10, Daniel Lasco, side Brees, give from the shotgun. Snead with a good block, and Lasco picks up the first. 2 carries, 19 yards to start things off on the ground for him. Hightower back in, 1st and 10 from the 43. Brees to Cooks, and Cooks turns upfield and picks up the first down. That's a gain of 12. 2nd and 5 from the 26. Brees working, and that pass is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Ben Wickery. Just a little bit offline. Thomas got caught up in traffic, and Ben Wickery was able to navigate through it. It was a pick play, but for the wrong team. 3rd and 5, pass up the middle to Fleener, incomplete. Might have had a man open on the sideline, but they're going to go for it on 4th and 5, down by 20 points in the 2nd quarter. Brees, pass to Fleener. This time he holds on and powers his way for 7. Hurry it back to the line. 1st and 10 from the 19. Brees, scanning. Passes it to Michael Thomas. A flag is thrown, and Thomas works his way down to the 4 or 5 yard line. Let's see what this flag is. It's going to be holding on the defense. It's going to be declined. It's on Worley working against Cooks. 1st and goal from the 4. I formation. Hightower in the backfield to give it to Hightower, and he is in. Touchdown Saints. It's 20-7. Can they spark a comeback? Not on Cam Newton's watch. 2nd and 8, play action fake. Newton rolls out, throws to the left for Benjamin. Working against Dejon Smith, starting for P.J. Williams. Williams is now working as the nickelback after a really rough few weeks. And it's just been a tough time, and Dejon Smith has been picked up off the practice squad and given a shot. A tough assignment for his first real shot with this team in the 2nd season. 3rd and 9, Newton is sacked. It's Kruger and company in. And just like that, the Saints have a little bit of life in them. 1st and 10, pass to Michael Thomas. Down the soft spot in the zone. It looked like a cover 2 look. And that's going to be a big first down as the Saints are moving the ball pretty well after a just dreadful start. 1st and 10, Brees looks left, throws for Cooks, working against Kuechly. That's another big first down. 31 yards through the air. Saints nearing the red zone. Pass over the middle to Fleener. Incomplete. Taking a shot aggressively downfield. 3rd and 12 from the 23. Brees in the shotgun. Looks, hit as he throws. That is Coney Ely off the edge. And that's going to be a Will Lutz field goal from 42. Lutz has only missed 1, and he's keeping that alive. It's 20-10. With a minute 41 left. 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. Newton throws, finds Benjamin, working against Dejon Smith, and that'll move the chains. Minute 25 left. Saints have 2 timeouts. Newton to Ed Dixon, gets away from Ellerby, and he's going to go all the way to the 34-yard line. Great catch and run as he gets out of bounds. 1st and 10, Newton on the deep drop. Has time, but nobody's open! Kruger! And Jordan in on the sack. 3rd and 17 from the 41. This is outside Gano's field goal range, working out of the pistol. Benjamin in motion. Newton scanning, runs out of time, and throws this one out of bounds. That means the Saints take over with 47 seconds left in the half. They want points. Brees to Fleener working against Kuechly, who trips him up, just barely got out of bounds. Play action fake. Brees looks, finds Fleener again. Been a go-to target for him, even though he hasn't been as dependable so far today. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. 5 seconds left in the half. Brees looks, steps up, throws to Cooks. Had a lot of time in the pocket, working against Worley, and Cooks is out of bounds in Lutz's field goal range. They want to get a little bit more, though. 1st and 10 from the 33. Brees airs it deep for Thomas, and Worley breaks it up. Thomas got one hand on it, just could not haul it in. 2nd and 10 from the 33. Brees to Hightower. He's going to pick up about 9. They're not going to get the first, but they're going to call a timeout for Lutz. 41 yards to make it a 7-point game. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. And we're headed to the half with a score 20-13. And the Saints complete the comeback in Carolina? Find out right after this. And we are back. The answer to last week's trivia question, who is the 2nd place in terms of all-time passing touchdowns for the New Orleans Saints? It is Aaron Brooks, even though he only started for 5 seasons in New Orleans. 3rd is Archie Manning. This week's trivia question, when was the last time the Saints had a 1,000-yard rusher, and who is it? Do not look this up. Year and name. Let me know in the comment section below. I'll announce it in the next week's game. 3rd and 9 for the Saints on the opening possession of the half. Brees doesn't really have anybody open, forces a pass over the middle, broken up by Thomas Davis. Almost had his 2nd interception of the game. So that's a punt for the Saints. 1st and 10, handoff Jonathan Stewart. Because that is going to be a pickup of about, not a wide margin. 2nd and 12, Stewart with a juke, and Stewart is going to pick up about 11 on that play. 3rd and 1 from the 49-yard line. The give is to Stewart again. He's going to power his way forward. And he is going to be stopped inches shy of the first. They're going to punt. 2nd and 3 from the 27-yard line. Brees on the give to Daniel Lasco, who's in now that Tim Hightower struggled in that first half. Lasco is the primary back. 1st and 10 from the 30. Give is to Lasco, gets away, and Daniel Lasco takes a hit from Ely, but a little bit slow to get up after that. 2nd and 2 from the 38. Give is to Lasco. Gets around the edge, cuts it back. Lasco with running room to the 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Saints! Daniel Lasco, 62 yards, but a flag is thrown, and this one is coming back. And an unnecessary illegal block in the back on Michael Thomas, the rookie out of OSU. Watch it one more time. Thomas, who's had just one of those games. He's been all right, but he struggled at times. Frustration is boiling, and that's going to compromise a huge run for Daniel Lasco. 2nd and 6 from the 34. Brees gives it to Lasco. He cuts it back. Lasco is going to take this one into the end zone as well. That is 34 yards for the touchdown, and we are tied. Panthers looking to answer back. 1st and 10, complete to Kelvin Benjamin, working over the middle of the field, his 3rd reception of the ballgame. Next play, Newton off play action. He's going to roll out to his right, throw across his body. Benjamin versus Bell on a jump ball, and Kelvin Benjamin high points it and brings it in. His 4th reception of the game, and Kelvin is feasting on this Saints defense so far. Hasn't had a lot of targets, but he's done some good work. 2nd and 10, pass to Ruben Randall. Haven't heard Randall's name much. Newton's 12 for 15 passing. That's another big catch. 3rd and 6, pass to Stewart in the flat. makes a cut, and Stewart is forced out of bounds on the 1. Panthers on the doorstep. 1st and goal. Stewart is in. The Panthers reclaim the lead. It's 27-20. Time for the Saints to get back to work. Lasco with a spin is not going to get very far. Loses 1 yard on that carry. 3rd and 11 from the 24. Brees and the Saints need something here. Brees dancing around in the pocket. Nobody's open, and Ely with the sack. Morstead forced to punt with 2:35 left in the 3rd. Back is Brown. He's going to spin away from Crawley and takes a huge hit by Craig Robertson for his efforts. Panthers back at it, trying to put this one away. Complete to Kelvin Benjamin. Down the soft spot in the zone. That's a pickup of 8. That's Kelvin's 5th reception of the game, and they're moving down the field, almost in field goal range again. Stewart with a cut, and Stewart with 4 more. It's not been a great game for Jonathan Stewart, but he's picked up some big first downs. 1st and 10. Stewart working hard. He'll pick up 3. 17 carries, 51 yards in the contest, and a touchdown. 2nd and 7. Newton over the middle to Kelvin. Gets away from Dejon Smith. And that is a huge 38-yard touchdown. Watch it one more time. Kelvin just broke his ankles. Smith was trailing in coverage to begin with. And that is a great juke by a huge wide receiver. It's 34-20. Lasco and the Saints back at it as Daniel Lasco with another first down on the ground. He's had a really solid contest against this Panthers team. 2nd and 10. Give this to him. He's going to spin. He'll pick up 1. And we're headed to the 4th. 3rd and 10. They need a first down here in the worst way. Brees going to step up and run. He's going to slide to avoid a hit. Setting up a 4th and 2, but they're going for it. They're already 2 for 2 on 4th down in this game. Brees to Lasco. Has running room. The 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Saints, and they're back in it. His first career receiving touchdown after he scored his first career rushing touchdown. The 7th round rookie making big plays for the Saints. It's 34-27. Newton in the flat to Ruben Randall, who picks up 5 yards on that reception. 2nd and 5. Play action fake. Newton scrambles out to the right. He could take off and run with it, but he chooses to throw to Mike Tolbert, the bowling ball of a fullback, as he picks up 23 and the 1st. Now working out of the pistol. Newton gives to Stewart and Cameron Jordan in the backfield. That's a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 from the 49. Newton gives to Stewart. Tries to get away from Vaccaro. He'll pick up 5. But that's a hard-earned 5 yards. And it's 3rd and 7 from the 44. Newton looks to Ed Dixon, who is going to pick up the 1st. Laurinaitis just not fast enough to keep up with Ed Dixon. 1st and 10, Newton pump fakes, throws to Ruben Randall. Got away from P.J. Williams and almost got a touchdown. 19 for 22 is Newton. He's been just picking apart the Saints defense as Ed Dixon gets away from Stephon Anthony for a gain of 7. Tolbert in motion. Play action fake. Newton is sacked. Stephon Anthony shoots the gap. That's a huge loss. 3rd and 12 from the 15. Newton off play action with the keeper with a juke and takes a hit from Ellerby. He dominated them on the ground last time, but only 2 carries for 3 yards so far in this ballgame. As Gano extends their lead, it's now a 10-point game. And Lasco is not going to take that one sitting down. Runs at Luke Kuechly, and he picks up 2.5. 10 carries, 83 yards for Lasco. 3rd and inches. Lasco tries to get the 1st, but he cannot. Another 4th down attempt for the Saints. Now they're 2 for 2. The give is to John Kuhn, who gets the 1st. Kuhn, as all Packers fans shout. 1st and 10 on the pitch. Lasco at the give. Tries to get away from Trey Boston. He does get out of bounds, however, and he'll pick up 4. 2nd and 6 from the 49. Cadet in. Brees climbs the pocket, finds Cadet. Travaris Cadet can't get out of bounds, but he does get the first. And they're going to hurry it back. James Bradbury on the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 43. Check down to Cadet, who takes a hit. A gain of 3. Bradbury again. 2nd and 8. Brees escapes pressure. Rolls out. Has Fleener one-on-one. And Fleener never saw it. Kobe Fleener just allowed Kurt Coleman to pick that off without any competition. That's Brees' 2nd interception of the game, but that is completely on Fleener, not being aware on that go route whatsoever. 2nd and 11, handoff Tolbert. He's knocked down. That's a gain of 2, and the Saints call their first timeout. It's not over for the Saints just yet as Tolbert with the give. Gets away from Ellerbe! Down the sideline, and staying in bounds is Tolbert. 2nd and 5 from the 31. Stewart is stuffed, and the Saints call their final timeout of the half. 3rd and 7. A stop here extends the game. A first down, and it's over. Newton to Dixon, and Dixon is swarmed and stopped. Newton 21 for 24, 280 and a touchdown. Andy Lida punted away to Travaris Cadet. From his own 30, Cadet can't get away, but a flag is thrown. And it looks like they're going to get the Panthers on a face mask, which will put the Saints out towards midfield with 1:54 left. They need a score and an onside recovery and a score again to send this game to OT. Brees to Fleener on the sideline, and he can't hold on. Another drop for Kobe Fleener. 2nd and 10 from the 49. Brees to Cooks with speed over the middle, but that keeps the clock moving. After a spike. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Brees to Cooks again. Can't get out of bounds, but he does get close to the first. 3rd and inches from the 25. Pass to Michael Thomas, but Ben Wickery stops him. That's a loss of 2. 4th and 3 from the 28. Brees to Fleener, who has the first and gets out of bounds. 1st and goal from the 10. Brees to Snead for the touchdown. It's a 3-point Panthers lead. Morstead on the onside attempt to give the Saints life. And it's recovered by Devin Funchess. And that will do it. The Carolina Panthers escape, and they win 37-34 over the Saints in a thriller. Down 20-0, the Saints came roaring back. But it was all for naught. As the Panthers win and improve to 500 on the season, the Saints fall to 4-6. It's a tough one, but gotta live with it. Just a heads up, there will not be a recap video on Monday. I forgot to record it, and I played my game for next week, so there'll be so many spoilers, it's not worth it. So, the Saints are 4-6, Brees 27 for 41, 336, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Daniel Lasco, 140 all-purpose yards and 2 scores. Cam Newton was fantastic, and Kelvin Benjamin was his go-to target, 6 for 134 and a touchdown with Greg Olsen out. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Moonlightswami, and I'll be talking to you guys later today. Thanks!